man right here with the ball in his hands can really light things up. Francisco makes me a prophet. Sylvain Francisco rattles home the three. So the high ball screen doesn't create a mismatch here. Labradovitila stays on the ball. Butkavic with a pick and pop. Got it. Pretty basketball by Zalgiris. Francisco to Berutes. Can he convert? He can, and one to come. Well, Francisco just offers it up to the big man. And Berutes, Butkavic couldn't finish it off with a three, but you love the penetration and pitch basketball from the greens. Now shot clock under 10. Servidis pick pop and makes the three drop. Metu had to do it. He's not the guy you would ordinarily want to try and manufacture a three. Left it short. Francisco step back three. Bingo! Francisco! Sadaransky. Oh, what a great strip by Francisco. 2-on-1. Francisco to the cup. Got it! Sylvain Francisco with a steal and score. Now, Barca last year had an empty season. They came away with nothing. They didn't get to the Euroleague Final Four. Didn't win the ACB, and Roger Grimau lost his job as a result. Penaroya trying to put together a competitive unit. You can hear the shouts in the arena of Lietuva, Lithuania. Francisco, a long look at a three. Bingo! Francisco! Don't foul now. You've made the decision. Now you're going to try and force a bad shot. Francisco with a chance to step back three. Are you kidding me? Got it! Bingo! Francisco! That'll win it! Zalgiris are going to win their first game here on a step back three from the number three. Francisco makes it rain.
And there's Francisco weaving his way through, and his captain emotes from the bench. They know how important it is to get Sylvain Francisco up and running. And a chance for him to come now at the end of the third period to make it a single-digit game. Francisco. Oh, he sends Vezenkov the wrong way. Smailagic hesitated and then hit over the top of the 2'18" Mustafa foul, falling down to his back. Olympiacos wouldn't have bit on that bait. Servidis, he might though, albeit he's 0 of 6 tonight. Francisco, shot clock winding down over the top of Dorsey, and he strings it. Francisco, three-point shot, quick release, and he gets it. Davidas Servidis up to 10 points to lead Zalgiris. 311th career start for Papanikolaou. Servidis had to go, and it does. Clearly the ball had left the hands of Filip Petrušča. A big boom echoing around this arena and digging the dagger in deeper. Davidas Servidis. As that it remains a two-possession game with just over 2.5 to play. Francisco into Berutes, into the bucket in this second half. Berutes, Francisco, the go-to guy last week, pulls it back beyond the perimeter, shoots the shot over the top of Moses, right, and he's at it again. Sylvain Francisco over the top of the shot blocker Moses.
Zalgiris inside the final minute of this half, and all on his own. Ulanovas floats one beautifully, and the gap back to 1 point again. We've got bodies on the deck. Hackett gets up, and Francisco says, well, I'll take it. I'll take it. How about timing? Perfect. One-dimensional player. No way. Cordigne brings plenty of defense. Oh, Francisco's all on his own. There you go. Lovely pass as well from Butkavic just to see him. Oh, the lead opens up to 8 points, and the press is on here. Polonara in trouble. Can he get away with it? No, he can't. Francisco picks his pocket, banks it in. Really good pressure there. Butkavic and Francisco that forced the turnover from Polonara, taking it away and saying, I'll have another one. Will feed Cordigne straight back to him, taking on Mitchell. Mitchell blocking the path. Back it has to go, and another turnover, and Paola with the foul. And Francisco goes down heavy. Smailagic will pick this up. Is that his kind of range? It is. Alan Smilagic, one-time partisan man. Francisco. Cordigne tracking him. Nice pass. Ulanovas, that works. But nothing doing. Smilagic just putting Morgan off, and here's GRATUITE with a clean look at it, and that's what happens if you give Dovydas GRATUITE a clean look. But they've done a pretty good job keeping Cordigne contained until that moment. And Francisco will look to try and burst through, and he'll do more than that. He'll blast through and draw the foul from his compatriot as well. Francisco will get it back. Ulanovas is available. He'll take it on, and he'll drop it. Edgaras Ulanovas with a perfect three. GRATUITE and Francisco playing tag. Francisco finds Smilagic, and finally, they get some offense going.
Knocks down the three-point shot under pressure. And then going right through. Now Rinas Berūtis. Milan mean business back home tonight. But Sylvain Francisco means business every night. Dropped off and thrown down. Now Milan up to 48. But that perhaps is what's impressed them on offense the most, the fact that they were up to 46. Francisco slips it in and just get out of the way. Francisco slips it in, and Berūtis throws it down. This is a Zalgiris team that do not know when they're beat, and that is a cold and clinical captain's contribution. Francisco, we might just be witnessing something crazy and historic and unfathomable to Milan. Sylvain Francisco makes it 3 the lead for Milan. Straight to the goal again, and a chance to tie with the and-one opportunity for the ages. Sylvain Francisco in the dying embers of a close game is almost unplayable.
Butkevicius, a little think about it there for a moment. Francisco collects, Berūtis wants it, Berūtis takes it, Berūtis brings out the hook shot. 24-7 inside the final minute of quarter number 1. And there's a steal, Francisco's away. Picks the pocket of the youngster, who's brilliantly got back to knock it down, but goes to Berūtis instead. It'll end up with Ulanovas. Oh, here goes Francisco, uncontested, strings it. That one. And again, a really nice setup. Points off the 2 steals, and there's an immediate response, though. What about that? And that's collected and brought away by Francisco, and that's a beauty of a bounce pass straight into the path of Arnas Butkevicius, and his first bucket of the night just relieves some of the pressure and a little bit of tension that was starting to Francisco. Zalgiris' offense really needs to discover a little bit of something. Ulanovas discovers a little bit of something. Francisco, Ulanovas looks for a triple, and he goes. It goes.
Building upon their largest lead of the night, and it's the 5th three-pointer made by the home team from 8 attempts. Deflection picked off by Dovydas GRATUITE. So Francisco offloading, and Arnas Butkevicius kissing it off the window to put his team up by 9. It's their largest. Arnas Butkevicius, that the 8th offensive rebound of the game for Zalgiris Kaunas. Smailagic from 15 feet away, and he bottoms it. Positively rocking here at the Zalgiris Arena. It's a 5-point game as Francisco back to the perimeter. Receives it back from Grataitis. The quickness from Sylvain Francisco keeps his side within touching distance in the third quarter that they are dominating. Leading it by 9, 3-12 in favor. That's a beautiful wrap-around feed. And the man who was just checked into the game, Laurinais Barutis. Well, there's another look at the rim-rocking jam on the inside of the wrap-around feed from Sylvain Francisco. It's tight in the battle of the boards as Laurinais Barutis with that push shot from the dots and gets the friendliest of shooters' rolls. How about that for touch for Laurinais Barutis? 3 minutes and change remaining in the third. So Sylvain Francisco beating Uros Plavsic. Perfect shooting from two-point territory. 7 points to deficit faced by Zalgiris. Sylvain Francisco drives, offloads, and Laurinais Barutis cutting from the edge of the lane once again to finish with yet another two-fisted jam. 5 points to deficit. Less than a minute remaining. Just 13 third-quarter points put on the board, but that's about to be amended because it's an and-one opportunity by David Astavidis off the bullet feed from the perimeter, fired down the gut of the Sveinas Verdemrudian Bet Belgrade defense, and the reception missing his first three-point attempt tonight. But remember, Cannon was 0 of 5 from downtown in his 7-point total last time. No such difficulties for Sylvain Francisco, who drills the trifecta to restore his team's double-digit lead. 6 points in a row after 3 the old-fashioned, and then he's hit with the technical free throw converted by Sylvain Francisco. As the 3-ball sunk by Arnas Butkaivicius. Francisco checking his options, drives, attacks the baseline, gets to the goal and finishes through the foul. He'll go to the free throw line looking to add one more. Sylvain Francisco with a consummate piece of point guard play, showing wonderful patience and attacking the mismatch, beating Uros Plavsic.
And off we go again. Barutis to Francisco. Strazel tracks him. Ulanovas with a nice screen. Francisco to Barutis. Barutis throws it down. Great work from Ulanovas as well. Brown for the lead. Not going to go. Francisco collects. And Francisco drives hard. Nice feed and brilliantly taken in transition. The burst from Francisco. Lovely. Francisco looking for somebody. He might have to take this on himself. No, he's steady fine. Smailagic. It goes. Another lead change. Smailagic gets down to 5 seconds. Will he attack again? It's the big push off, and it's the turnover. Francisco picks that up. Grataitis. It's knocked in brilliantly. Well, that's the moment, possibly, that gives
Grataitis trying to get himself going. Bukevicius. Zalgiris is not looking like themselves offensively. Francisco, another bullet pass. This time he gets picked off. With their best point guards having tough games. Now Grataitis with a wide open look. That'll be the one that gets Zalgiris going right there. And get ready for takeoff here at the SAP Arena. Second half is underway. Barutis with a nice little touch in the middle of the lane. There's another switch. Francisco's gonna want to take Whiteman if he can to the basket. Quick first step, nice left hand. Sylvain Francisco. Booker's gonna get a couple free throws as Booker. Oh, look at the ball movement. Oh, just one more time. That was great ball movement. Another tap out rebound, offensive rebound. And Whiteman, Napier thought he was gonna stay in the corner. Block shots in his career. Sits on the bench right now. Francisco to the basket. Nice soft touch with the layup, keeping his body. Oh, my God, it. And I talked about using his body. That's a huge play right there. Francisco, Grataitis, Mitchell, Bukevicius, Ulanovas are on the floor for Kaunas. Step back three. That's the one Francisco's wanted all night. He was 0 for 4 after that one. matching his season average. But it's a 2-possession game here. Francisco trying to make it a 1-possession game. Are you kidding me? As quickly as possible. San Francisco pulling up. He's going to pull up quick. And he does exactly that. But now, Francisco making up for him. You don't want to foul now if you're Bayern, especially on a 3-pointer. Oh, Francisco does it again. First half. He's trying to lead his team to victory here in the 4th quarter.
Zalgiris. Francisco will find Barutis, and Barutis will say thank you very much. And Banjasi will hear his number called. A lovely pass this. Absolute beauty there. And Barutis getting a double team. C got him first. Malcolm got a big block there from Kavarius Hayes, but the pass won't get through. Francisco's back there. Mitchell is pretty much wiped out there by TJ Shorts, who Shorts was looking at Ward briefly and decided against it. Sent it to Ouattara instead. Ouattara coughs it up. That was Bukavicius back there. It's a beauty under pressure from Maodo Low. We are back level. Francisco will drive through the crease. Yeah. Francisco will pick it up. Francisco will take on Hayes, and it'll go. And the comeback continues here. They're on the charge here, Zalgiris. They pull to within 7. There goes Efi, back over to Ward. Lots of space for Kavarius Hayes, and that's coughed up Francisco. We'll wait for Mitchell, Brasdakis, Giedraitis in the corner, it goes.
Francisco's another one of those players. He plays with such energy.
There it is, right on cue. A deep 3, and no conscience, and no range. Friday night, the Turkish Airlines Euroleague round 10. Great pass to Dunstan, and Dunstan! The perfect start for Zalgiris. Francisco combines with Brian Dunstan, who go to the line for one more.
Well, Dunstan is one of those players who can get you fired up. He's been picked apart because of this full-court pressure.
Steal. Francisco to the rim. Can't convert it. Yes, he can. Just going down the bench to look for substitutes. Francisco manages to get it back again. He's going to go at Melli. Stop, pop, and he drops like the mid-range jump shot.
He's not going to get to the rack and finish.
Step back 3 from Sylvain Francisco, in and out. Another hustle play from Bukavicius.
And this is confidence building because shot attempts will forgive bad shooting percentages.
Davis with 14 points. Here's Mitchell from the dots. Got it.
Look now again, Fenerbahce slowed it down.
Francisco finally converts. On his way to the basket, looking for a call, doesn't get it.
He needs to forget trying to get the call. Matched up against Smailagic. Has to throw it out now. It's stolen away. Francisco slips through the double team. And in transition, Ulanovas. Walker left open. Khaled Zakis will not want to make eye contact with his coach. Gets him for the alley-oop, and Brown drips him off for the inside jump shot. There, Francisco finally finishes. Dunstan underneath. But Panathinaikos is causing all sorts of trouble for the home team. Papapetru had it stolen. Francisco is fouled. Still, Slukas. And then the hustle play from Francisco to get back into it. And somehow, Zalgiris. Well, they're saying you've got lemons, make lemonade, and Francisco did that. There's the block. And then Slukas trying to run it down, steps out of bounds. The 4-minute mark for either side. Savidis gets the bucket to go. Devidas Savidis. Under 2 minutes left. Panathinaikos have only scored 7 points As Sylvain Francisco does his fourth-quarter heroics once more. Forrest feeds. Sedekerskis gets rejected at the rack. Barutis with the recovery. Servidis thinks about passing and does what he does best instead.
He's turning into a long-range shootout, this one, midway through the third. Manek trying to keep that going, and he does. That's his third. Servidis, scrappy play. Now they'll try and restore some order with Francisco stepping back for three. Well, he missed the 2 free throws, but makes the tough step back 3, ties it up. And this was the final of those 7 triples. Now Lonnie Walker, can he find something? He's not been able to do in the second half. Francisco will try again from long range, and it had to come that way, didn't it? Hustles to keep it alive. Fabulous save by Isaac Bonga. They'll have another chance, but they turn it over. I'm here. Sterling Brown turns it over, so there's still a chance. Walker will slam it. 4-point margin. Now they need an instant foul.
Stake in this game for him against his former club. Francisco, quickness to the bucket, kicks in the corner. Butkevičius drills the triple. His first shot of the game is a pull-up jump and then a steal by Mitchell. And a triple from Francisco. And is that lights out already? Timeout called by Coach Bajacevic in FS. They are being put to the sword. He's calling for someone to become a center screen. And it's a thing of beauty when it works. To an important victory. As Francisco makes the bucket. He's going to dribble this one out. Step back, 3. That's a dagger. That's a huge bucket right there. Cisco.
Francisco had an opening. Manek now. Manek spreads out. That's a great offensive move right there. Good spacing. Musa now wants to go one-on-one. Shakes, bakes. Good help by Ulanovich. Goes up to Francisco. He's going to give it up to Walker, who goes up. What a 2-man game on the fast break. And here's the defense on Musa. And what a great play by Francisco to fake it like he's going to the basket. And one-hand pass to Lonnie Walker for the two-handed. Even though Zalgiris is 7 for 10 from 3, making 8 for 11 from 3 right there, and they still want to play zone. I don't get it. Zalgiris 9 for 12 from outside the 3-point line. Look at the movement. Now it's a setup one-on-one game. Francisco to the hoop, lay it over Njaye. Might have been Lonnie Walker who got his hand in. Let me check out Lonnie Walker's. That's his second foul, I believe. Continuing their continuity on offense, all the movement, back screens, cuts to the basket. Servidis was wide open. He pulls back anyways. Are you kidding me? Francisco, again, that's not the offense you're looking for if you're Zalgiris, but you will take that step back 3. In this third quarter, 20-12 run. See if they can hold out. 2-man game. Brazdakis off the pick. Trying to take it back a one-on-one. He's got him to the basket. Foul. Can he get the and one? Francisco off the backboard as he shakes and bakes Ibaka and gets the and one. Took it to the last second of possession. It goes up over. You don't want to keep the ball in your hand for 24 seconds if you're Sylvain Francisco. But he doesn't, and he sticks the 3 coming off the pick.
Zalgiris with the ball. Francisco goes the opposite way to the screen, takes it at the second attempt, slices through the defense to the rim and the finish. Beautiful attack. Sylvain Francisco
getting all the way to the rim with the change of pace, change of direction, through the legs. Francisco, they sag off him, he makes them pay. And that's the thing, because he took them to the rim last time down, seems to be enjoying his time in Kaunas, and why not in a turnover? Walker pulling the strings. Shot clock. Francisco falling away. What a make! Sylvain Francisco. Look at this. That is so... It's good football control, that, from Thomas. Nice pass. Dunson with the head fake. Beautiful move. Oh, he seemed to slow down there. Francisco, the step away. Oh, string of music. Sylvain Francisco. This is nice. Sees the mismatch. Just a little step away to give himself enough room. Stolen away, Francisco this time. Francisco working the high screen. GRATUITE roll into the rim. This time he lays it in. All concerned. This guy's probably been the pick of the show for Zalgiris. 16 points now for Francisco.
Here's Walker, his first chance to try and make something happen. It's kicked out for Francisco. And it just about drops in. Well defended by Ulanovas. Back to De Colo. Shot clock running low. And that is very good defense from Francisco, who lead up to 13. As the triple is made by Francisco at the other end, and they needed that. Ajansar tried to get the rebound but couldn't. Here's Francisco. Wants another one. Back to back. Sylvain Francisco raising the roof. Maladon trying to use those defensive talents. It's Lee here falling to the floor. Couldn't release the pass. Francisco is fouled. Manek, Bukovicius and Smilagic in the game. Here's GRATUITE kicking it out for Francisco, and he is fouled and one. Lighty protesting his innocence to try and get a meaningful shot away. Francisco, tough one, makes it. And remember, he just missed 5 in a row. Time starting to run away from Zalgiris. Still 6 minutes. If Manek sinks this, he does. That 8-point lead is quickly. Francisco drives and can get it to drop, just evading Black.
Final minute of the first period. Ulanovas has made a 3. Ulanovas makes 2 threes now. He makes a deep 3 over to Bartolomeo. Well, that's one way to make up for the mistake. Still solid man-to-man defense from Zalgiris. You wouldn't expect to see anything else, and there's Wise. They get the steal. Sorkin turns it over. Iggy Brazdeikis announces his presence in the game. Blatt drops off to Ord. He missed the layup. Rare fast break opportunity for Zalgiris. It's converted with the lob pass and layup for Lonnie Walker, the 4th. Of the other arm. Dribbles off his foot. Moves it on. Savidis gets the bucket to go. Davidas Savidis. It's a 9-0 run to start the third period. And it's the biggest lead of the game. 21 points. Not for long, though, as Francisco helped to come over, but Smilagic paused, and that allowed Hoare to get his balance. Good pass at the other end, though. Reaction from Zalgiris is a sound one. Francisco feeds Smilagic. He's fouled by Randolph. And Alan Smilagic will have a chance for a 61-43. Make that 61-46 as Francisco starts to heat up. Individually, Zalgiris got a couple of players that are playing okay. Match for the American. Vučevičius gives the answer. Well, Jakubaitis tries that lob pass again. It's stolen away again as Walker goes to the layup. The pass from Francisco. Francisco splits the double team and finds Mitchell for the layup. Francisco feeds Dunstan. Dunstan muscles his way to the basket.
And Fournier keep on shooting. They're two of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, but so too is Sylvain Francisco. Work for Ulanovas, nice spin. Excellent kick over for Francisco as well, looking for the corner three, and he makes it. Back-to-back triples from Sylvain Francisco. Certainly was shooting. This is why they're so good, so hard to play against. Fournier on the buzzer. Again, it was a tough shot. We're seeing why Zalgiris have the best defense in the league, and we're seeing why Sylvain Francisco in very consistent scoring form in recent weeks. That shot was released by Williams-Goss. Francisco for Walker, and one. So Lonnie Walker, as Olympiacos have to turn into defense quickly here. The fast break from Zalgiris ends with the three from Brady Manick. Beautifully done by Shaq McKissick. Now here's Walker. Flicks the pass back for Smilagic. Back for Francisco. Wide open, and he makes another one. Midway through the second quarter, Sylvain Francisco hounded by Alec Peters. Francisco, in the end, able to scoop the shot up and in. So a big lineup. Smilagic will go for three again, and this time he makes it. The last one he was off the mark, but Sylvain Francisco with 17 points already. A switching defense again. They can foul him. He sidesteps for three, makes it. Sylvain Francisco, what a half! Point shooting from Zalgiris has been quite sensational so far. Most recently that one from Sylvain Francisco. Vezenkov gets going. 2 baskets in 90 seconds. Francisco gets Walk up on his back. Back for Dunstan. That's a long shot for him, but he makes it. Whose conversion rate is sinking towards the average now, having been utterly phenomenal. Oh, well, that's too easy. The lead grows to 9. Now Dunstan with a tough finish. Finally, 2 points in the second half after 20 in the first. Open and in, just somehow for Vučevičius.
Coach Trinchieri is looking to read is the reaction of his team.
Brady Manick
to
with the
lose
deflection.
balls like this.
Terrific work by Anas Vučevičius to deflect that scramble in the direction of the streaking.
You better try and send him a little birthday gift. I think Moose is going to get those points.
So Brady Manick, corner three-pointer, rattles its way home, and
they both feel like shot blockers now. They're taking it, they're contesting this.
So Barutis offloads to Sylvain Francisco, sidestep, dribble, and he cans it.
Steps up suddenly in the last 4 or 5 games, averaging 18 points. And what I like about this here, he stays true to his jump shot.
And ripped down by Anas Vučevičius. Francisco, looking at his options, leaves his feet to pass. Stand still three-pointer is netted by the man who extended the offense by crashing the boards. Anas Vučevičius with his first bucket of the game.
Now, can Zalgiris put some more points on the board? Francisco's got a look, got a jump, and no one anywhere near him, and he's banked it in. Just got away from Morgan. Ulanovas is all on his own here. He'll send it back. Walker back to Francisco. Lots of passing. Walker steps back, slings another one down. Zalgiris those rotten nights from the stripe. That's a nice feed. Smailagic with the throwdown. Zalgiris with the first possession of this second half. GRATUITE back from Francisco, who's got a pot shot. Wow, what a pot shot. In the quarter with a bang. Sylvain Francisco second. Clock ticking here, and Francisco may have to just take this himself again. Nothing else seems to be available. There he goes. Well, why not? Well, why not? Very, very solid. Taking a lot of three-point shots, but just drive his way through. Can't get past Juve. Can't get anybody. But Kavicius, clock's ticking. He's going to have to rush this one. Ah! You are kidding. You are kidding. Francisco has to take this himself because nothing is opening up. Yeah, has to. Nothing else on. Ah! This is ridiculous. Francisco will collect it. Under pressure from Paola, spins away. Oh, and then it's brilliantly done on the interior. Smailagic right under the rim off that. Well, this is big, as is that. Smailagic drifted under the rim. Nobody went with him. Francisco saw him and said, there you go. And a chance for Bologna to make this a one-possession game. Morgan looking to do just that. Francisco knocks it away. Again, nowhere to go, and we're down inside 5. Francisco's going to have to take this himself. The jumper, perfect. Sylvain Francisco single-handedly the Zalgiris offense in this fourth quarter, it seems. They stretch it out to 6 points inside the final 2 minutes. Cordinier ghosting his way through, not going to happen. Great defense from GRATUITE. Dunstan completes the recovery. Francisco will slow it all down. Now he'll attack and take the layup as well. The very experienced 5 on the floor as well for Fenerbahce. But Kavicius and Francisco still working in the back court. Francisco with the tease, with the fade, and beautifully done. Not sure what that's about. Oh, nice to Dunstan. Mitchell will kick it back. Francisco will take another look, and that does go. That does go. He was knocking them down for fun against Virtus Bologna. But can they detonate on this possession? Oh, lovely move. And Smailagic is all on his own. He's got options. He looked off and then deposited with no one anywhere near him. And that strong first quarter hangs it high for Ulanovas. GRATUITE was all on his own. Francisco will attack inside again, go for the jumper, and it's perfectly floated. A 19-point second quarter for Alan Smailagic on a cough-up, and this could be Sylvain Francisco. Oh, right on the buzzer. Diminishes to just 3. Ulanovas finds Dunstan, who can't get a look. Francisco can get a look. Oh, and Zalgiris needed that. Really have been given a bit of a shellacking. 28 points conceded. Francisco looking for it all. Oh my goodness me. Just when these Fenerbahce fans were in full voice, Sylvain Francisco, there's nothing wrong with the coverage from Jaguars. That's just brilliant from Sylvain Francisco. Well, they got knocked around a bit in that third quarter, Zalgiris, but it does finish on a high for them. Just getting pretty much close to impossible here for Zalgiris, down by 10. Ulanovas sends it out. Here goes GRATUITE again, and that one does go.
2 players who've caught fire at times this season. Walker taking it straight towards the goal, kicks it back out. They create the open 3, close out late. Whose coach Andrea Trinchieri has said they want to be annoying to play against. Francisco guarded by Grant. Walker's guarded by Kalaitzakis. Kalaitzakis having just come into the game. It's Juancho lost the handle high up. Francisco up against Juancho. Passed in with ease. The scoop, the score with the hammer. The big Barutis blow to the chin of the champions. Is the pick of the bunch. Francisco's 4 assists in the first 4 minutes. Francisco, Dunstan running interference on the perimeter before going up on the interior against Gabriel, but turned over before it reached him. Lorenzo Brown, who's been in good form, denied by Sylvain Francisco, who chased back and came out of nowhere. Francisco keeping his eyes locked on the ball, a bit of hang time. before he scraped his fingernails across it. Defense the key. Zalgiris without a score for the first 2 minutes, but that's all it'll be. Bukavicius. They're asking for a travel again, Panathinaikos. Bukavicius on the wing, free to land it right at the shot clock buzzer. Walker, this time puts it on the floor. He tried to put Wenyan Gabriel on a poster. Gabriel having none of it, and Francisco at the other end.
So that'll be the first time that Bayern failed to score so far. Zalgiris only 1 of 4 from the field. Walker kicks for Francisco, and he makes the 3. Tried to go through 2 defenders. It's Weiler-Bab now in transition for De Silva, and Booker has it swatted from behind by Smilagic. Clearing out onto Francisco, it's Servidis. Francisco, stutter step to the left for the 3 on the buzzer. Now Francisco gets it back, and off the glass, a tough acrobatic finish with the foul from Sylvain Francisco. The give and go between him and Ulanovas took plenty of contact from Francisco coming off the screen from Smilagic and finding him, reaching out with that left hand. Strong finish from Smilagic. And Giffey moves up to 5 points. The lead moves up to 16. Here's Francisco trying to narrow the gap, and does with a good inside score on the perimeter, looking for a pass. Eventually finds Francisco and now rolls, and Barutis with the throwdown. That'll bring some energy. That'll bring a reaction. Taking out a bit of frustration there, maybe Barutis, that he wasn't allowed to play by his coach in the first half. Give us some more of that. He'll be playing a lot more. Here's Francisco. If he can sink a 3, that'd get them going. Well, a 2 will do as well, as he drives inside away from Booker. Might want to get it in the hands of Lonnie Walker again. He's just scored his first basket of the night. Francisco is confident as well, and he drives through the stutter step and then the explosion to get him past Fuchman. And he's on 24 points now. Francisco kicks. 3 is up and made by Bukavicius. He's got 5 triples in 5.5 minutes. Francisco answers with one of his own. Dunstan tries to get an offensive rebound. What a save from Dunstan. Francisco for another 3, and he makes another. He's been fought, it seems, and their chance of winning the game, and I think, disappeared in the third quarter when Bayern had a response for every time. 10 assists, 14 points, 7 rebounds, so you never know, he might yet grab a few more rebounds and get that triple-double.
Brasdeikis looking inside for Barutis. Francisco, open look for 3 here. It's drained by Brasdeikis. Being teased by Barutis. It's down to the deck goes Spagnola, but able to release the pass. 5 on the shot clock, partially blocked by Francisco. Stepped out of bounds, but Francisco, not a noted shot blocker at 6'2", but came back against Bayern Munich in the German derby on January 24th. Brasdeikis, another look for 3 for Zalgiris. Now back from Ulanovas. Now to Dunstan, who skips into the paint, and 1 for Zalgiris. Big bucket for Brian Dunstan. Three-pointer at the other end for Edgaras Ulanovas. Thought about probing, but instead it's along the sideline to Servidis. And back to Francisco. Pulls up for 3 and hits. Both players contesting the ball and somebody getting it. Anyway, Francisco, free throw line, whipped into Barutis, the fake and the finish. That was nice from Marinus Barutis. Francisco off the pick. Francisco finds a gap. The reverse, up and in. 9 with 4 first quarter points. Sylvain Francisco started hot. So Zalgiris, Francisco to tie it. He does. Milan lead is up to 10. Francisco, the floater goes in. Big bucket that for Zalgiris. Dimitrievich looking to respond. He can't. Rebound to Brasdeikis. Brasdeikis, no points for him yet tonight as Francisco dared to shoot. Don't want to do that. What? Sylvain. Tough 2-game road trip in the double week. Away to Bayern in Munich. Away to Zalgiris in Kaunas. Francisco, the hot hand. Hot again. That was far too simple. Lithuanian to penetrate. Chance here for Servidis. 4-3. 14 so far tonight as Francisco dishes. Inside Smilagic. Back to Walker. Nice ball movement. Francisco. 4-3. And then Francisco, top of the key. Put the ball in the bucket by one way or another. 16 for him as Servidis for 3 once again. Now he tries to get around the day. Work back to Francisco. 4 on the shot clock. Francisco, the jump stop, then spilled. The heave to beat the buzzer. It goes in for 3. Francisco tricks his way in. Is that going to count? There's the contact, but he still continued. Both of their scoring tapering off a bit in the second half, but Francisco, the step back 3, got it! And Zalgiris is in front. Just as we did back in Milan between these two teams in October. Francisco up and in. And now 11 out of 11 at the line in this game. Francisco trying to get the ball in. It's a potential 3-point play.
Shot clock getting low here. Francisco needs to get to the rim. He does, and he lays it in off the glass. 4-0 here at the start. Bayern have scored 1 basket in the last 6 minutes. Need to find a way of getting it in. Well, Ibaka will beat the buzzer, and the foul is called. Hackett with a little bit of a grab. That's one of them where you probably... Shot clock getting low here. Edwards knocks down that much-needed 3. His first points of the game. Oh, quick move to the rim. Francisco lays it in. Francisco is open for 3. Got it all string. Sylvain Francisco's first 3 of the game. Francisco out the back door. Brankovic is going to fire up the 3, and he's going to hit as well. Oh, back-to-back 3s. Already got a technical, so he's had to bite his lip there. But this one from Francisco out the back door. You receive a nice pass like that, you might as well shoot a 3. You can see Dunstan sing. Francisco losing everybody and tossing it up the glass. What a fourth quarter he is having as well.
Devon Hall in his 3rd season with Milan. Sylvain Francisco with a long distance bomb. Or the deflection was by Milan, so Sylvain Francisco can play. He's down to 5 on the shot clock. He's going to have to do something. Wilder Bab's going to launch it up, and he scores. Giordano Bartolano about the mistakes that he made so far. The turnover by Milan. Ibaka looked at Edwards, but passed it over to Francisco. Francisco tries to get inside. It is a tough shot, but he makes it. Wow. Good motion and footwork there for Nico Melli, but just missed the shot. Francisco over Flacadori. Wow. Back to Francisco, gets the screen inside to Ibaka! Score it! Bayern is on top by 5 points. What an exclamation point behind a great second quarter here for Bayern Munich. They went on an 11-0 run, if I'm not mistaken, an absolute three-point line, 2 out of 2 for Nico Melli. Francisco to Edwards, quick three-pointer, Carson Edwards. It was a three-point game, three-point lead for Bayern. With 3:08 to play, Francisco, lightning, speedy, quick. Bayern gonna have to do something quick. Francisco to Edwards. Edwards scores a three-pointer. That is the answer.
The opening scores, or the opening points, came from Carson Edwards at the free throw line. No travel in the lane, and the shooter's roll favoring Freddie Gillespie. To Kachenkov. Now it's Francisco with the shot clock in the red. He's going to have to pull the trigger here. Pull up Jay from the top of the key is landed. Tough bucket made. Weiler-Babb, corner 3, and he strings it. So Nick Weiler-Babb, after opening 0 of 2. So turnover straight into the hands of Sylvain Francisco. It's a 2-on-2 opportunity. Francisco offloads in midair. Go up by 13. Rumbling his way down the lane for his opening field goal attempt of the night. So deep three-pointer, strung confidently. My goodness, that's a big bucket. Francisco, bullet pass down to the short corner, gets it back. Deep three-pointer. Feet were set beneath him. Terrific display from him. 7 assists along with his 12 points. Francisco off the dribble, lands it from long range. Sylvain Francisco.
Hold his frustration. Yes, nicely done. Finds Francisco. Francisco takes him through. That's just has enough legs on it. Comes back to Francisco. Francisco. It's Brankovic to his left, and Brankovic duly obliges. The remaining, what, 13, 14 minutes round the back. Here is Booker, plenty of time, plenty of space, and he hits the three-pointer. That's 5 unanswered. Back to single figures. Nice setup, though. Assist for Booker.
A team bucket that. We've got ourselves a 1-point game now. Giffey is involved. Oh, some pass. Some pass. And Devin Booker saying, thank you, Sylvain Francisco. I'm at Milwaukee, NBA champion, with an easy one there. I'm talking about easy. That lovely alley-oop. Obst will give it back to him. Wants it. This is his territory. Yeah, that's what they've been missing without him. Francisco. Oh, it's Obst looking for more. Oh, he's making up for lost time, isn't he? Sent back by Giffey. Francisco, Lucic. Boy, they've got some good three-point shooters on the floor here. Here's Francisco, adding another one. Well, Lucic can knock down triples, we know that. But with that long injury list and questions about who's coming back and when, they needed reinforcements, and they've certainly got some good ones. Oh, they've left him alone again. Come on. I mean, you're going to pay for that. Lucic releases, gets away from Aturu, and Francisco will take it on himself. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, these threes have just been torturing FS in this first half. What a finish from Sylvain Francisco. Francisco, nice look off from Booker, and he drains it again. Nobody anywhere near him. Weiler-Babb, back it goes to Francisco, back again. Here's Weiler-Babb taking on a weak three, and that goes. Bryant tried to get there.
Francisco Bab again makes it count. 6 points personal, 3 assists now. Look at the difference there. It would be 29-24 if Bayern Munich had kept it clean as Monaco have. Francisco, clever, underarm, pinging it up. Goes again, slips, Walker has to. Chasing back to range, Booker does well. Nice from Francisco. Francisco using the screen of Wimberg. Puts away the 3. Closes the gap at least a bit, back to 16 points. Panathinaikos, Francisco looks for a 3. Nails it, beautifully done. Going to respond, I think, by pulling Francisco, because he turned around, showed attitude to him. He hits another 3. Well, slight work of Lucic, but then throws the ball to Francisco, who drives on his own, up and down. Nearly drew the foul as well, but not quite. And now Francisco bringing it back to 10 points, looking to make it even better. Nicely done. Brankovic in. Brankovic slams it. Buffeting. Francisco has been magical in this third quarter. Get going again. Bonga in the corner, misses this time. Brankovic battles Diallo. Bonga with a second bite at the cherry, and he gets the 3, and he closes it to 7 points. And change left in the third quarter. Recent times, but sits on 3. Walker, poor pass. Ibaka helped pick it. Francisco brings it away. Bounce pass, Lucic off the glass. Cleverly done. Lasso calling for a timeout. Why would you? With the havoc, Sylvain fouls 25, plays 13, turnovers 16, plays 5, and free throws 26. Plays 5 given away. Lovely, long, rangy 3. Francisco continues. Rivers has the height mismatch in the paint. Francisco, though, jumps in front and gets the ball back. Sometimes height doesn't always win the way. Bounce pass is clever. That's really well played. University of Wisconsin till 2021. Oh, Lucic makes it from outside, from a long way out.
He spent the first half of this season in Istanbul with Efes. Here goes Francisco, his first involvement, back out. Ibaka has hit a 3 already. How about another? Ibaka with both of his scores. First triple for Toko, 3 for Hackett, 1 for Paola. Ibaka inside, looking for his first 2-pointer, and he gets it. Got a series of lead changes now in this high-scoring, high-intensity game as Bayern forced the 3rd turnover on Virtus. 27-31, 3 minutes into the second. Ibaka turning facilitator. Francisco, the flash into an open paint, points his finger in appreciation. 6 the gap, 4 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Francisco. He'll take the deep 3, and he knocks it down from several feet back. There, Francisco, 9 points at a push on a tough shooting night for him. Still plenty of time to put it right. Francisco on the blaze to the basket and 1. Showing so much confidence for a EuroLeague rookie, Sylvain Francisco. But he is now just 3 of 12 from the field. Paola picks up his 4th foul. Trying to stick with Francisco. Obst, another 3. Bayern getting the 1-point win. He had a big 3 down the stretch as well. Here's Poitres stumbling his way through this time into the advertising board. Dribbled away. We've seen the dunk fest, and Ibaka will try and respond in behind Poitres. And he does answer back, not quite as emphatically as he wanted to. Francisco up against Tonut, slips, stumbles, incredible balance and poise from Francisco. And Milan bottom in both categories, so at the moment, Coach Messina's plan is paying dividends. Lucic free for the three.
To the left to the middle is Sylvain Francisco with the ball. He goes in the middle and he challenges the shortest man for Bayern Munich. Just absolutely challenges Walter Tavares. And it is Campazzo with the ball now for Real. Goes to Musa, or does he not? It is Lucic with the steal. Breakaway dunk. Overtime win over Efes. So he has variety of ways to score. And here the steal and the slam, bam, jam for Vladimir Lucic. Thank you very much. The team captain is flying high again. So it's a rare sight to see the big man shooting the ball, but he made it that time. Brankovic inside again makes his way to the basket. And that's what happened with the fast two by Fabien Causer. The first 2 points for the French small forward in the game here in Munich. Sylvain Francisco with a quick three-pointer, who passes over to Francisco, sets a screen on him as well, and a long three-pointer for Sylvain. We are down to 10 again. It is a ball game, ladies and gentlemen, with 8-10 to go in the fourth quarter. And another steal by Francisco. That was the largest lead, actually. It was 15 for Real Madrid. Is down to 10. Make it 7. 2 quick three-pointers in succession. Bayern in the corner. It's Lucic with the three-pointer. A third three-pointer of the quarter for Bayern. Only on the weekend in the Spanish ACB League, he played impressive with 6 three-pointers, but still not in optimal form after an injury. Francisco from way downtown. Francisco tries to correct the score.
He's only averaging 8.5 minutes a game his first EuroLeague season, but shooting it superbly. Now Fenerbahce turn it over. And here's Harris on the floor for Bayern for the first time. Here is Obst. That's where he likes it, and that's what he does. And now a chance for Bayern to make it a one-possession game. Francisco, quick three-point shot, and he knocks it down. And from 11 down, Bayern back within 2. A minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Francisco. He'll take the three, and he'll knock it down with nothing but net. Sylvain Francisco. Motley trying to tip the rebound. Bonga fighting down on the deck for it. And here's Obst from right in front of Sharunas Jasikevičius. Midway point of the fourth. 4 to shoot. Francisco, he will take the three. It's a three-point shootout between Francisco and Dorsey. Francisco. Obst coming away on the curl for 3 and for the lead. The Haller hitman hitting the target. There's 3 threes in the fourth quarter for Andreas Obst. Francisco fronting up Motley. What can he do this time? Around Motley, Obst for 3. Andy Obst. Inevitable shooting. That will do it. Francisco will keep on fighting. Booker will throw it down with the foul. The hang time, the hammer, and then the hang on the rim. Francisco gets the score, but Fenerbahce will get the win.
As is Sylvain Francisco. Upstairs and the slam. Danko Brankovic, the play there. They had 17 rebounds when these teams met in round 1. Consolidate their lead. Baseline drive, Lucic finds Francisco, who goes through to Brankovic. That's beautiful passing. Nice little inside shuffle pass. And now Berlin looking to get that rhythm they had in the first period. They looked so good to start the game. Hermanson tries the alley-oop instead. Sylvain Francisco gets the breakaway layup. He is hot property. As is Andreas Obst, three-point shooting. So we're keeping on that rebounding total. It's getting closer overall. But not offensive rebounds as Francisco dances his way around Martin Hermansen. Francisco, just a lot of dribble, but he finds a wide open Niels Gafai, who doesn't think about dribbling, he just drills the three. And now, Bayern Munich with the shot to end the period, and of course it was gonna go. Sylvain Francisco with a big, big triple. 21 points, but they couldn't stop Bayern Munich. Everybody but Justin Bean came off the bench to start this game. Here he is again. He goes to the long three. This time, wow. Trail by as many as 19 points. Trying to find a way to stop this man here, and they can't as Francisco drops off to Ibaka. Lasso call up in the timeout. Well, they end up with Francisco. Well, well, that's just great ball movement. Scrappy performance all over the floor. No real rhythm for Bayern Munich, but that's what they want. Defense to force turnovers, then easy points on the break. Sylvain Francisco, who basically picked Alba Berlin apart last week, brings the energy off the bench and gives Bayern Munich a lead, and he's going to extend that with the steal and the breakaway layup. Sean Thomas, who started the season with Juventud Badalona in Spain, recently came over to Villeurbanne. As Andreas Obst continues his streak. Instead, that's what they go with when you're down by 14 points. Meanwhile, Villeurbanne take their time. There, Francisco with the steal, that's better. And then he gets fouled in transition. He'll go to the free throw line. Gives his team a 15-point lead. Francisco finally converts a layup. Bayern Munich 7 of 13. Francisco. Wow, Sylvain Francisco. Looking to make it a game and to the free throw line. Now they need someone to actually step up and take the shot. Nice pass. Francisco finds Elias Harris. The coach will try and say, okay, you played well in the last couple of minutes, but where were you the first 30? Forget the last play. Focus on the next one. Well, the next one is 2 free throws for Yusuf Foul.
There was not too much left on the shot clock, so another bad shot for Costello. Francisco looking to break down the defense. He does with it, averaging 8.1 points per game in the season. Francisco crossing over Rokavopoulos is Harris with the three-pointer. Does it count? I think it does. He just beat the shot clock. Keeping Baskonia in, and the last shot of the first quarter. To Andy Obst, it's Radoncic, who was open at the free throw line, but went to Francisco, to Harris underneath, wide open. Thank you very much. That's an easy lay. Making 4 3-pointers, making 2. From the corner, it's Dino Radoncic with a 3-pointer of his own. That's a screen by Radoncic. They go one-on-one isolation against Chima Moneka, and the crazy lay. The big man and man Costello, just phenomenal production of the bench. Out here, Sylvain Francisco gets best off him. Who is he gonna beat? Francisco going with the long 3-pointer, counted. Sylvain Francisco just steps into the shot after getting the reverse pass. Mike Kotsar playing good defense, and the last 3-pointer score by Sylvain Francisco. It's so tough for the referees to call that, as everything happens so quickly. And Ibaka with an easy lay. Oh, son. There's Serge Ibaka. with the rejection, and here the quick basket after a beautiful pass from Francisco, Sylvain Francisco. Sylvain Francisco mixes it up and lays it in. He somehow finds a way. Francisco against Marinkovic, gets the screen from Ibaka, drives against Costello, tries to find a seam in his defense, and he does. He goes away from him. McIntyre goes in, but is blocked by Ibaka from the weak side as he was trying to use his left hand. Lucic on the fast break, counted! Vladimir Lucic with a chance at a three-point play.
And on each time he has put the ball in the hole, he has been fouled and added the subsequent free throw. Francisco out to the perimeter. The three ball drilled by Vladimir Lucic. Hands up on their feet as they regain the lead for the first time since 31-35. The finish found on the inside by Sylvain Francisco, and he'll go to the free throw line looking to add one more. And it's a 9-point lead for Olympiacos Piraeus. So Francisco being guarded by Laurent Zalgiris. Finds Serge Ibaka, pump fake, powers up and finds the finish, and he is absolutely elated. For Serge Ibaka, Francisco drives by Shaquille McKissick. Comes out the other side, lets it go from long range and connects from downtown. But in the scramble that ensued, the ball squeezed its way out to Shaquille McKissick, and he calmly connected from downtown. And then the three ball is an instant riposte from FC Bayern Munich. Well, Laurent Zalgiris dropped off by the dribble move from Francisco. He hung in the air. Vladimir Lucic, pump fake, dribbles left and strings it. And three-pointers remain the order of the day. So inside the final minute now, Francisco with a speed edge over Petrusev, takes it down. Oh, ho, ho! Tough move and score from Sylvain Francisco. At the end of the fourth, Cody Miller-McIntyre hit a three-pointer to force overtime with 3.5 seconds left. And it's now a two-score game. FC Bayern Munich needs to score twice, and they've done so once with a maximum from Sylvain Francisco, his third three-pointer of the night. He did a two-score affair, and then Sylvain Francisco had to show his clutch credentials.
Ibaka, so it's not a kick, whereas it was a kick from a defensive Partizan player. Umps rises, that's his game. You cannot leave him alone to get his feet set. Francisco, let's fly with a three. That's a timely basket for Bayern. Now, shot clock at 10. Francisco gonna try to get downhill. No, he's not. He's gonna rise over the day. He's gonna knock down a three. Well, chose not to exploit the mismatch. Just shot over the top. Weiler Balba on the left hand. Exchanges with Francisco. Rises from distance. Got it. And we've got a technical foul here. Cisco! Bingo! As both of these teams try to put themselves in contention for a playoff place. Ibaka glides to the basket, lays it up and in, but it's Sylvain Francisco who's pulling the strings for Bayern. Here's a mismatch now. Francisco. Step back. If it goes, he'll win it. Game over! Wonderful! Step back shot over Kaminsky. Bingo! I love this game. San Francisco rakes it back and he elevates over Kaminsky. And that should win it.
Francisco left all alone to get the layup. Go up for a layup or a dunk. That's a nice pass. Speaking of dunks, Ibaka converting on the dime from Francisco. It's turning into all-star game levels of defense as the three-pointer in from Francisco for Bayern.
Shot clock in the red. Francisco one-on-one with Brady Manning. Oh, what a feed! And how about that for a reverse layup? A delightful assist from the perimeter. Stolen once again, this time Sylvain Francisco, back-to-back steals, and with two Zalgiris Kaunas players on his back.
Francisco, back the other way. Nice hook pass, and Harris with the flush. Beautiful pass by Francisco. It was a scratch tonight, he looks good. Harris the other way. Francisco trying to break down his opposite number, gets in the lane, got it! Sylvain Francisco. A little shake and shimmy at the top of the key. That's one way you can get yourself back in a ball game. Francisco all by himself. Thank you very much. Sylvain Francisco gets that lead back to 9. It's a 3-possession game. Francisco right down Broadway. Sylvain Francisco, second time now that. Good defense by Jones. Tries to break up the play. Look at him. Staying close with Francisco, who rises. Got it! Sylvain Francisco steps into the game.
For the last 4 or 5 minutes, they've been offensively just very cold. Francisco inside to Radonjic, quick pass, roll to the open spot. Good. Here the quick pass inside to Dino Radonjic. Radonjic driving. A tough pass to Francisco. Wilder bad, but a good look at the basket, and he scores from long distance. Wilder back to Harris. Francisco wide open for 3, and he knocks it down. And Roger Grimaldi is signaling a timeout. He does not like what he sees. Harris with the medium jumper, and he strikes it. Looking very effortless. Wilder back, fakes out a defender, Alex Abrines, and scores a 3-pointer. It's Sylvain Francisco, Bayern down 13. They are still fighting and staying alive, and Francisco cuts the lead down to 11. And then Gomez up to 9 points and 8 rebounds. Ibarca inside, a quick move. The fourth quarter. Now we have a timeout on the floor as you look into replay of that last slam dunk finish by Serge Ibaka. There was a clear signal for the referees to call the foul. Francisco has a screen from Ibaka, and Francisco goes for a 3-pointer. It's good, and finally Bayern. Francisco against Vesely. Inside to Ibaka, who scores over Rubio, his former teammate from the Spanish national team.
Big Serb. While Bab takes a jumper from distance and strings it. Here's Ibaka again. No thoughts of taking a 3 there, but while Bab will instead find Francisco, who will just drift in, take the deep jumper, and restore the Bayern Munich lead. Sylvain Francisco. Ibaka and Lissor lock up. Francisco with the feed inside. Ibaka, it's going to go.
It's looking like one of the most well-rounded, accomplished performances of Monaco's season to finish their regular season in style, but Bayern still have other ideas. Instead, James has 11 assists. Edwards for the 3. He has 11 points now, 3 of 4 on the outside. Lucic. Francisco, deep 3, got it. Sylvain Francisco, the man who hit the game-winning 3 at the Belgrade Arena. Bonga getting those long limbs in the way of the inbounds. Francisco away, onto Carson Edwards. Quick 3, knocks it down. James to Hall. And the personnel on the floor as Bayern have looked to mount this comeback. Francisco, the handles, the conversion. Sylvain Francisco bursting into the paint, underarm scoop and score. He's got 10 points since half-time. Monaco's 4th team foul, the 4th already though, with 4.5 still to play. Edwards trying to get away from Diallo, glances off the glass and can't stop scoring. particularly in that third quarter, that struggled to contain buy-in, and their sharpshooters, Francisco on the bounce, bumping bodies, falling over the baseline and still scoring. 5 on 4 in favor of buy-in. James gets back, Francisco puts the brakes on. He can so quickly turn on the afterburners though. Hesitation, control and composure in the paint. Monaco lose. They can finish anywhere from 3rd to 5th. Booker gets it. Francisco with one more three.
Francisco still looking for his first field goal make tonight. There's the three-point attempt. And that was silky smooth as well. Francisco a long way from the bucket with 6 on the shot clock. Francisco the dish and the kind roll there for Ulanovas. He pops outside trying to set Francisco a screen. He gets the ball. And is that an alley-oop? No, it's a bucket for Manek. To Francisco. Fires for 3 and hits again for Zalgiris. Last attempt, you see Francisco again showing his deep. The rebound falls for Manek. There's Butkevicius. He'll turn around and hits. Crowd wanted to travel. Shot clock reset. Ball out to Miller-McIntyre. And then the strip by Francisco with Nedovic trying to release the 3. Leading Zvezda with 16 points in the reverse fixture against Zalgiris. Into the final 2 minutes of the half. Francisco, the response for 3. Again, it's just so rare you see a game that remains this close without exception, as long as this one has 26 or so minutes in. Francisco, 5 on the shot clock, top of the key for 3. Got the ball outside. Francisco to beat the shot clock buzzer, in and out, but the tip back outside to Francisco. Now the triple attempt in from Servidis. Needs to start soon. 7 seconds left. Francisco fires for 3 and hits at the buzzer. Sylvain Francisco, 20. Francisco gets it back. Guarded by Kalinic. Step back 3. Top of the key, Francisco. Francisco, when he's feeling it, he can really turn on the scoring jets. 20 whips the pass inside Butkevicius. Now Brazdeikis back to Francisco. Francisco bouncing off of the Zvezda man and getting the bucket in off the window. The margin is 11. 81-70. And then the steal for Francisco. That entry pass way too short.
Double teaming Francisco, who almost lost the basketball, managed to get it to Ulanovas, who drove the lane, got it back to the perimeter. Francisco with the quickness, blowing by defenders and finishing above the rim with the drop-down bucket. Dunstan drops it off to Francisco, who stops from the wing, pops and gets it to drop. Zalgiris trailing by 3. Marcus Howard stops at the dots, rejected by Sylvain Francisco. That is extraordinary. It sparks a fast break. Iggy Brazdeikis. The shots begin to fall, but that's certainly not the case here tonight. So Smailagic drives and finishes at the rack, and an opportunity to get 3 the old-fashioned way. Smailagic rotates it to Francisco. Standstill three-pointer is bottom. At long last, Zalgiris Kaunas find the range from three-point territory. Francisco rotates it to Smailagic, lets it go from long range, and he finds the range from three-point territory to make it back-to-back three-pointers for Zalgiris Kaunas.